Hi everyone, I'm Devon Coombs, and today I am going to be covering additional material to my book, Scholarships Quick and Easy. So thank you for purchasing my book. If you have, and if you haven't, you can find a link to my book below on Amazon. So let's get started, because today I'm going to be talking about something extremely important, timeliness. This is the biggest issue with high school and college students, is that they do not apply for scholarships on time. They do not have good time management skills, and this is a huge area of weakness, but with weaknesses come advantages, because if most of your competitors are bad with their time management skills, then if you know that and you prepare, then you are the one who gets to get all the scholarships. So as I have said, this is one of the greatest areas of weakness for students. There are hard deadlines for scholarships, so we're going to talk about that. So that means if you do not make the deadline, they're not going to accept your scholarship application. So you just wasted a bunch of time. Make the deadline. And I'm going to talk about a personal experience I have with scholarship deadlines. So area of weakness. I have talked to multiple scholarship committees, and many receive late scholarship submissions. And they do not look at the late scholarship submissions. They will not at all. The only time I have heard of a committee looking at late scholarship submissions is if no one applied to the scholarship, which is rare. There's always someone who applies to the scholarship. Scholarship submissions that are late are rarely considered, as I just said. And so I highly recommend use my book to prepare thoroughly for scholarships well before the deadline. So make sure you take the time, prepare for your scholarships. All throughout my book, I discuss how to prepare for your letters of recommendation, prepare your essays, how to write a personal statement. Just get all your ducks in a row. Make sure that you have everything you need well before the deadline. And there's tons of ways to be prepared, and I'm going to talk about that all through my video lectures and all through, I write it all through my book. So make sure you're prepared. Being prepared is the way to beat time management. I do tons of things in a day. Today I have so many things going on. And the only way that I could manage that is if I'm prepared. I have a list of what I need to get done. I always try to beat the deadline. So I highly recommend be well prepared for your scholarships well before the deadline date. These are hard deadlines. So scholarship committees are unforgiving. Many do not accept late applications. So I'm going to tell us a little story in a little bit about how hard this can be. Focus on completing your scholarship application well before the deadline. After I've messed up a few times and missed some deadlines, I normally turn in my scholarship application within a week of the scholarship opening. As soon as I had everything prepared, I had my letters of recommendation ready to go for any scholarship. I had my essays, my generic essays written. I had my personal statement written. I had all of my information ready to go for any scholarship, which I'm going to prepare you to do. Then, as soon as the scholarship opens up, I apply for it. I'm not going to miss that deadline. I'm not going to be the one who misses it. And you shouldn't be the one either. Prepare. So, exactly. Have your essays ready. You want to have generic essays that you can cater to any single application or any single scholarship. You want letters of recommendation. And you want professors that you have a relationship with, that if you need to get a new letter of recommendation, you can give them a call and they will be happy to write you a letter of recommendation in the next few days. And we're going to talk about that in more detail later. And you want other submission materials ready too. Sometimes they want a picture, sometimes they want a story about you, sometimes they want to know more about your volunteer experience, but you want to make sure you have everything ready as soon as possible. I can't tell you how important it is to get this done as soon as possible, but I'm going to try through my personal story. So I transferred from a community college, Pierce College, to CSUN, and I wanted to apply for scholarships. At Pierce College, I had FAFSA, and I was receiving a good amount of aid, but I wanted to apply for a bunch of scholarships because I was doing a lot in the community, and I thought I would be eligible. But when I went online, it was a huge hassle. I didn't understand their system. I didn't want to drive all the way to CSUN. I think at the time I was running the bus, and it would take me 2 hours to get to school. I didn't want to in my mind, waste time going to school, figure out the system. It was confusing. And I was on summer break, so I just procrastinated. And I just rested. I worked on personal statements. I knew what I had to get done. I eventually figured out what I needed to do to move forward. But I procrastinated. I wanted to enjoy my last summer before transferring to a university. That was a huge mistake. I missed the deadline by 1 week. 1 week. So I could have applied to well over $100,000 of financial aid. And I didn't receive any of it because I missed the deadlines. I tried, I called, I apologized. I said it was hard as a transfer student. They were unforgiving. I made up for it later, and it was a harsh lesson, but a very valuable lesson. And I want you to learn from my pain. I don't want you to go through that, because I could easily be $10,000 or $20,000 wealthier today if I had just made the deadline. So make sure you make that deadline. Don't fall into my mistake. Don't lose out on $10,000 to $20,000 just because you want to hang out with your friends over summer. And I am a hardworking person, but that was a huge mistake. So don't have my mistake. If I put in a little more work, I could have easily doubled or more my scholarship earnings, had more reputation, had more rewards on my resume. It would have been much better for me. But I didn't. So don't fall into my trap. So again, we talked about how this is one of the greatest areas of weakness for students. Scholarship committees all the time tell me not enough people are applying for their scholarships on time. So use this to your advantage and apply to scholarships early. There are hard deadlines. Do not miss the deadlines, because you will most likely not get the scholarship. And I talked about how I messed up with scholarship deadlines and missed out on a lot of money because of it. So please learn from my lessons today. I think they really can help you out. So I want to thank you very much for watching my video. Please purchase my book if you haven't already. You can find the links below. Again, it's Scholarships Quick and Easy. Please subscribe to my channel. I talk a lot about a lot of other concepts and business concepts as well. And if you have any questions or concerns, just write me. I'm here to help you. Write me at businesscoretutoring@gmail.com or write in the comments below. I want to help you as much as I possibly can. Thank you again very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.